I've been waiting to record this one for a while. I saw an article in the Wall Street Journal. It was a couple weeks ago, right? I'm sure a lot of y'all saw it too. An article talking about how there was a huge number of over 1,000 IRAs in the U.S. with tens of millions of dollars in it. And a couple things jumped out in my head, which was how in the world do you get tens of millions of dollars into an IRA? Second one was, oh man, what a mistake that really is, which we'll talk about in a second. And then third one, I wonder why they weren't Roth IRAs. And then as I read further down into the article, it turns out that, a fair number of them are probably Roth IRAs. And if you're curious and you don't feel like going to read the article, a lot of these happen as investors in startups have set up IRAs, contributed to those Roth IRAs, and then use those IRAs to invest in young startups. And those startups have grown into be worth billions and billions of dollars. And so they've got a huge stake in their Roth IRA, right? Which is good because that's tax free. But what it got me thinking immediately was, why do we want that much money in an IRA? In a traditional IRA, it's different, right? Roth IRA grows tax deferred, it comes out tax free. As long as you're 59 and a half and you meet a couple other criteria, which we won't get into today. Traditional IRA is different. It goes in pre-tax. So you get the tax deduction on the front end, and then it grows tax deferred, and then 59 and a half or beyond it comes out, and it's taxed at your ordinary income rate at that point in time. We have an addiction here in the U.S., which is to reduce income tax. And when I say reduce income taxes, we have another addiction about today. Like, it's all about today. But the reality is, when we're making a decision to contribute to pre-tax account, like a 401k, a traditional IRA, fund benefit, and a cash balance fund benefit, and whatever it ends up being, we're making two different tax decisions. Because contributing to those is deferring your taxes in the future. And the reality is you would like to do that if you're in a high income tax bracket today and a low income tax bracket in the future. When we reach 73, soon it'll be 74, eventually it'll be 75. The IRS requires that we take distributions from our IRA. It's mandatory distributions. It's called the required percentage. And generally speaking, the distribution rate is about 4%. So as we see those, I saw that article in the Wall Street Journal, I think about a $10 million IRA, all of a sudden that's throwing out $400,000 of income. Then if we go up the ladder, we go to a 20 and a 30 and a 40 and a 50 and on, we're at $100 million traditional IRA, assuming the example held, right? Hundreds of millions of dollars in pre-tax IRAs, we're generating $4 million a year in income. Well, if it's a pre-tax account, means it comes out tax deferred, which means all of your taxes that come out at 73, 74, 75, they're taxed at your highest marginal rate, right? Which is currently 37%, given the state of the finances in this country, all the certain to rise. And so you deferred at one rate and then you take out most likely at the highest possible rate. So you didn't win. And so when we're thinking about these tax decisions about should I put money in for a 401k or a cash balance defined benefit plan, you have to think about where you are today, and then you have to think about where you are in the future. You have to plan for it, think about it, strategize. And you can't get it right because you don't know what the future holds. So you can make a really good decision. So don't just blindly step into the trap of reducing taxes. Try to think, plan, strategize about where you're going to be in the future and what that might do to your future tax bracket. Then make your decision about whether to use your traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, or just a regular brokerage. If you liked today's video, hit the subscribe button down below, or better yet, just leave us a comment.